All right, guys. So we are one day into this bubble experiment. And as you can see, I've had zero, basically zero matches. I think the two I showed you yesterday, I swiped on, and then like one girl swiped on me the other day, and I did a good amount of swiping and no matches. So it's kind of funny, and to be honest, and it is kind of confirming my original suspicions about Bumble and why I didn't really you start using dating apps until yesterday with this experiment. I just don't think I've got the look for dating apps. Like, I think, to be frank, looks is a big important part on dating apps. And I'm a cutie by all means, but I don't think I have that like kind of F boy look. Even though I've slept with a lot of women here in Mexico and I can portray that vibe in person through cold approach, I just don't think my photos can get that across. I think I do just have I think I do have like kind of nicer guy photos, which it does work with cold approach because I can show that personality, I can show that seduction, attraction in person, and then when they see when they go to my Instagram, they see, okay, like this guy's kind of more like maybe like a relationship material guy, which is actually what I'm trying to solve for. I'm not trying to solve for just getting laid anymore. That was fun for a long time, but now I'm actually kind of like, I'm getting a lot more busier with work and this project and this business, and I really want to be able to eventually kind of have someone that I can just kind of vibe with and not really have to worry about, going out and meeting a bunch of girls anymore. So yeah, it is humbling though. I'm like, every time I've done dating apps, it's been like just like this, like almost no results. And in the past, I was really upset about when this would happen, right? I would go on dating apps, I'd have a lot of hope that like this is going to be the time, and I would get nothing. And I would feel a lot of despair, but this time I didn't feel despair. I actually thought, I thought it was quite funny, and I think that's because I've learned the cold approach skill and I've really got it down to a science that works for me. And then I can get results pretty much when I want through cold approach. So there wasn't that like, oh man, like, dude, maybe like girls aren't into me. Maybe I'm not going to be able to get dates. Like, what am I going to have to do? It's like my initial mindset went back there because I got like triggered. But I was like, wait a sec. Like, that's not my life anymore. That's not my situation. Because I learned cold approach, I can just go out and meet a girl if I want. Like, so I wasn't actually upset about it this time, or I didn't feel depression or, you know, disappointment or embarrassment. I was kind of like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, this is not the dating avenue for me through online dating. And again, that's why all my videos that I post on this channel are about cold approach, because that is what I do. That's my bread and butter. And that's what I'm good at. Right. Jaron obviously is a master at online dating, right? He can go on and, if he were to do what I just did, he'd have 60 girls that have swiped on him within an hour. So we have very different approaches, pun intended, in terms of our dating, and I think both are beautiful. And I think you do need to learn both. And I'm glad I did this experiment because I can see that okay, cold approach really is my route. Cold approach is what is going to work for me, and it's what I got to stick with to get the results that I want through dating. And really now I can say like, okay, I don't need to spend any time on dating apps anymore. It's just that's dating apps are a waste of time for me, just like kind of cold approach is a waste of time for Jaron. And I think if you're out there and you're like, hey, look, I'm not having great success on dating apps, like maybe I'm not that kind of, I don't have that look, right? And I think your gut can kind of tell you if you're not that type of guy. Like again, I'll run through my profile. Like these are cool pictures. Like in no way am I like a disgusting looking guy. Like something about it just might not be triggering the girls that come to these dating apps. So that's why we really tell you guys it's important to learn both, because you're going to find which one works best for you. And again, if you're not having a lot of success on dating apps, I really believe that you can find success in cold approach because you can show your personality, because you can learn how to be seductive and flirt with the woman, make her feel a type of way that she won't be able to experience just off looking on your photos. And in that same breath, it's important to learn how to have good photos. And this is why Jaron really comes into play, because he'll teach you how to really build up a good Instagram, really learn how to take good photos, quality photos. Because although these aren't F-boy photos, they're good photos and they do show that I have an interesting life and I do cool stuff. I go cool places. I put effort into my appearance and to the dating experience in general. And looking at my Instagram here, like it's a solid Instagram, right? It shows I have friends. It shows I have a social life. It shows I go different places. I'm able to travel. I have friends. I have family. So I'm not like some dude that just like sits in my basement and like jerks off all day. I'm actually out there doing stuff. And then all my dating goes right through Instagram. So when I do a cold approach, my ending is, hey, I'll be honest, I thought you're really cute. I'd like to take you out sometime. And then they go, oh, okay, yeah, sure. That sounds great. And I'm like, okay, Tiana's Instagram. Do you have Instagram? Right. And then I connect with them on Instagram, which we'll do some more videos on and stuff about that process. But yeah, you can see I have 498 followers. Most of those are girls, and I'm following a lot less, which is something that is important too. You want to have a good follow to following ratio. You don't want it to be even because it just does something psychologically with the social proof and stuff like that. You know, I've had dozens of dates here, and Instagram has been my main lead funnel for that. So that's again why it's important to learn how to build a good Instagram, take good photos, etc. All that is going to come into play with cold approach as well. Because I used to do, because when I was starting off a cold approach, I'd have a good cold approach, but then I would not have a good Instagram. So I wouldn't get a lot of follow up, or I would just get their number and then they would forget about me. I would just, be some memory that they had. They couldn't actually follow my life and be like, okay, he's doing stuff. This is what that guy looked like, blah, blah, blah. And then of course being Asian, like, I'm only gonna attract a certain type of girl. And same for you if you are an Asian guy and thinking about coming to Mexico or finding other places to date, like Poland, places in Europe, Indian guys as well. Like white guys are going to have a better opportunity to date pretty much anyone. Like you white guys are very high. You If you're a white guy watching, you're a high value in terms of like, the worldly social hierarchical ladder. So, and you know what I mean, that's a beautiful thing. Like use that to your advantage for sure. For guys like us, we have to have a bit of a different strategy. And so yeah, cold approach might be your route. Dating apps might not be for you, unless you're a super chat Asian. Like I said, I'm a cutie, so I don't got that like, super chisel jawline, and I have a rounder face and stuff like that. So cold approach does better for me. And I think if that could be your case as well. So coming back here, guys, like it's whatever. Like I think it's hilarious. I got like no matches. It was a great experiment. I'm really, I'll keep you guys updated, but I'm really not going to do too much more on this. Like I think this is really all the evidence I needed that dating apps are not for me, and I am not a market fit for what girls are looking for on dating apps. But again, in cold approach, it's much different. Hopefully, if you're an Asian guy watching or Indian guy, you're not, or white guy, you're not getting a lot of success on dating apps. Like, know that you can still have a great dating life and you can still meet a ton of awesome and high quality women. So yeah, don't feel discouraged, guy. Like you're not ugly, you're not hideous, you're not destined to be single forever. You just have to find your strategy slash dating vehicle funnel that's going to work best for you, whether it's online or cold approach. So don't give up, guys. You're you're not alone. And then really, again, what we can help you with is to figure out what's the best fit for you, whether it's cold approach or online dating. Again, we suggest you learn both because then you can really find out for yourself. And there's going to be things that you take away from online dating that can implement into your cold approach, and then vice versa. So Asian guys out there is a solution for you. So Asian guys, white guys, Indian guys, European guys that are not finding success with dating, Mexican guys, there is a solution for you that's going to work. You just got to put a little bit of work and sweat equity into figuring out that what that is, and then I promise you guys, you can have an amazing life and you can really have a happy, healthy dating life. And we're gonna keep these videos coming because we're really enjoying making them. They're a lot of fun, and we're excited to be able to share to you a different perspective that isn't quite talked about in the dating market on how to find success, and that you don't, really any guy can find success if they're willing to put in the work. So, with that, guys, we'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.